Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, Chris here, and I want to talk to you today about what type of guitar you need to play flamenco guitar. So, first and foremost, the biggest thing is that you'd want a guitar with nylon strings on the top. The top three, the high three, I mean in pitch, okay? So, these top three strings should be nylon strings. You can play flamenco guitar with an acoustic steel string guitar, but if you get once you get into all the techniques, it's going to, first of all, it's not going to sound flamenco because that's just not the instrument that we use. And secondly, it's going to beat up your hand, your picking hand, way more. You're going to get a lot more wear and tear on your hand than you would with a nylon string instrument. Okay. Next, number two, there are flamenco guitars. There are actual flamenco guitars. If you want me to talk about that in another video, because I go into further depth, let me know. Just talk about difference between flamenco and classical guitars and put that in the comments, and I will get a video out on that. So the flamenco guitar and classical guitar are different. They're made differently. If you have an acoustic guitar with nylon strings, that's great. The next thing would be to get an actual flamenco guitar. However, if you have a non-flamenco guitar, a classical guitar, or a folk guitar that has nylon strings on the top, I highly recommend you get what's called a golpeador, okay? Which is this. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. There you go. So that you can see that there's a golpeador, this tap plate, okay? It's a protective plastic adhesive that you put on your guitar that once you put it on, you will not be able to take it off. But it helps protect the top of the guitar. I do want to let you know, you can see that there's lots of wear marks regardless on my guitar. I still have lots of wear marks, okay? I personally have I have made it through the golpeador and the top of the guitar of two different guitars. So you just put a lot of wear and tear on your guitar. I personally am a hard guitar player. Yeah, I play the guitar with a lot of strength and force. So somebody that plays more with more finesse than me, then you might not go through the guitars as I have. But it took many, many years of playing to do that. Anyway, so the golpeador is a great investment for your guitar, but you're still going to scratch up your guitar. And I know we hate to hear that. We love our guitars so much. It reminds me as a kid, when I would wreck on my bike, I'd be like bleeding and laying on the ground. I'm like, how's my guitar? Or how's my bike? So same thing with the guitar, you're like, the house is burning down and you're worried about your guitars. Okay. So anyway, I know we love our guitars. Just be prepared that you're going to get some scratches on your guitar if you're using it for flamenco and as you get into all the crazy stuff that we do in flamenco, okay? Next, an alteration or thing you want to consider with your now flamenco guitar, whether it's an actual flamenco guitar or you're putting it towards that flamenco way, is that you want to make sure to get this action, the string height, the height of the string off the fretboard as low as possible, okay? So where is that as low as possible? You can lower it so much that basically as you play this, that it's buzzing, okay? So you don't want it that low. With a flamenco or classical guitar, you do that by adjusting the saddle here, okay? This part you can get a new one or use the one that you have and file it down. I would recommend keeping the one that you have because you can't, once you file it down, you can't get it back, okay? So get a new one and then start lowering it from there. But anyway, so as far as how low do you go? It's personal preference. You want it as low to increase the playability, which should perk your ear as a beginner guitarist. The lower it is, the easier it is to play. However, if you're playing classical music, you wouldn't want it to buzz so easily like this. You hear, I'm not playing it very hard and it's already buzzing a little. That is acceptable in most flamenco stuff, unless maybe you were recording. But in classical guitar, you're not looking for buzz, okay? Not that we're specifically looking for buzz in flamenco, it's just that we're looking for that very, very playable guitar. And because of that, it's become part of the sound of flamenco, is actually to have a little bit of that buzz. But then inevitably that becomes personal preference. There's going to be some players that like to have more buzz with their playing, and players that don't like to have any at all and really raise their action so they don't have any buzz. The cure is to play awesome. And if you're playing awesome, everybody's going to want to play like you. And they're going to go, oh, well, I'm not supposed to have buzz because they are awesome, you are awesome, and I want to sound like you, okay? So just whatever works for you, you're looking at that tipping point between playability, ease of playing, and how much buzz is on the guitar, okay? So there you go. You want a nylon string guitar, ideally. You would want it to have, I would install a golpeador. If you need to find how to do that, just Google it. I would say, I don't have an affiliate thing or whatever. I'll try to find a place that you can get a golpeador that you can put on your guitar, that you would have to put on yourself, which is a little bit of a high risk thing, but you can do it. I've done it, and I'm not generally, I don't consider myself like super handy and like know all this stuff about guitar. So you can do it. Just be very careful, that you measure twice, cut once. You want to measure it, make sure it's placed very well. Do it 3 or 4 times, make sure it's there, and then you're going to have to apply it. And once you start applying it, you have to apply even pressure and all that stuff. And it's a little nerve-wracking because if you mess it up, it's on there and you aren't going to be able to undo it. So no pressure. All right. So you want the golpeador, and then the action. You want the action as low as possible to your specs, okay? To your specifications, what you like. And last bonus. If I had any computer skills, there would be like the flashing sign, bonus tip, or whatever. I don't. This is a bonus tip. But while I'm thinking of it, if you could subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button, that would help me out a ton. So please consider doing that. All right, bonus tip. Types of guitar strings. What tension? I personally use normal tension, but this is a personal preference thing, okay? So I learned many moons ago, many years ago, that the thickness of the string and the tension of the string basically increases the tone. That's the easiest way to think about it. You can actually get more volume because they're more robust strings, so they project more. However, they are harder to play. They're harder to manipulate. If you're a beginner, I would probably recommend normal tension, okay? Once you get into more advanced and you've been playing a couple years, then, get hard tension, get extra hard tension. I went through a couple years where I played extra hard tension, and then hard tension, and I've finally gone back to normal tension. And I think it's just the way it is. You have ebb and flow, and you're looking for different things. So just recognize that any decision you make is not permanent. Try it out. Try it for 6 months. Try normal tension. Then as you get 6 months under your belt as an absolute beginner, go up to hard tension. See what it does for you. Go up to extra hard tension. Okay. There's no like hard and fast rule. Oh, if you play flamenco, you have to do this. If you get anybody saying that, don't listen to them. In my opinion, don't listen to them. Okay. You can do whatever you want. If you play awesome, again, the factor is awesome playing. If you play awesome, nobody cares. And actually, people do care, but they want to be like you. So there you go. If you're playing awesome and you like extra hard tension or normal tension, nobody cares. Okay? Nobody will care. But as a beginner, it's so funny. As a beginner, people will go, oh, well, you have to do it this way. But Paco de Lucia, he, everybody was asking what type of strings he uses and what tension he uses. So just keep that in mind. That's my 2 cents for what they're worth, okay? Let me know if you have any questions at all. There's a whole comment section below here that you can ask me questions, and I love to hear from you. And let me know if you have any requests on future videos, any other questions. Cool. All right, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and we will talk soon. Enjoy that guitar, all right? Bye-bye.